Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Libra for the month of May, the month of June, including late May 2026. Sorry about that, Libra. So we are currently in the zodiac sign of Gemini, which is your cousin sign, the element being air, so that we've got lots of ideas flowing around, lots of communication happening. Yeah, it's just it's also the month, Gemini, of big decisions, perhaps, because Gemini is ruled by the tarot card, the Lovers. So big decisions tend to come into play here. You are in your 9th house of far horizons, philosophy, religion, other languages, other people's perspectives on life. Also, it is ruled by Sagittarius and the planet is Jupiter. So Jupiter's all about growth. So there you go. So you've got a lot of growth to do this 4 weeks, Libra. Okay, energy around. Oh, God. And what have we got? I just said Jupiter, and here is the Wheel of Fortune, which its planet is Jupiter. So as I just said, lots of growth should be going on with this 4 weeks. Major card, major energy. Take note. Wow, that was a bit of a good. That's the amazing thing about the tarot. It will always lead us to where we need to be in this life, even though some people, and sometimes even as a reader, you think, oh, okay, but you've got to really back yourself and know your cards, obviously, and you will always find the messages are very clear, whether you like them or not. Okay, where you are right now. 4 of Swords, so just having a little bit of a break at the moment, Libra. It's the element of air, having a step back and just surveying the scene and just going, okay, well, what is this growth they're talking about with the Wheel of Fortune and Jupiter? What do I really want to grow on? And because we're in the 9th house, it will be all to do with your growth in your particular field of study or your particular passion project that you love, anything like that. You can grow very well this 4 weeks. Also, excuse me. Also, this one just asks you, 4 of Swords, just to watch, speculate, don't participate for a little bit, and get your grounding in order to move forward. Now we're going to look at what's brought this on and influenced and challenged it. The Lovers, the card for Gemini. Can't believe it. You wouldn't believe it, would you? So big decisions coming in about relationships, but also about anything that really needs to be decided upon this month. It's 4 weeks. Very powerful card. So it's what direction you want to go in as well. But yeah, relationships are in the 4, obviously, with the Lovers, but it does encompass other decisions, but they're major ones. It's like the Lovers, and then where do we go from here? Do we go to marriage? Where do we go? So it's that kind of energy, but it's very good and very powerful, and once again it's another major card. The background. And we have the slow-moving energy of the Knight of Pentacles. So you may have felt that May sort of did drag on a bit, and funnily enough, Pentacles belongs to May, the sign of Taurus and the earth signs. So the movement, often when we're in earth sign energy, is a lot slower than normal. So for example, it's air, which is yours, and fire, which is Sagittarius. So this is kind of talking about, and this could be this could be a member of your family as well, because he is a knight, therefore he is a real person who's there, you know, working behind the scenes very hard, very loyal, very trustworthy. And that's that kind of energy that he gives off, even if you can't relate to who that may be in your friendship circle or your family circle. But it's a really good card to say, you know, look, just keep on keeping on. Be loyal to what it is that you want to achieve, and eventually you'll get there. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Okay, recent influences. Now, the big card, we have Capricorn, so it's asking you to sort of, this is all about status. It's about material things. And in this day and age, we do place a lot of emphasis on material things. New cars, new fridges, the best of everything, that kind of thing, which is all very well. But then sometimes it can become an obsession, like anything can become for human beings an obsession or an addiction of just constantly chasing after the same thing all the time, and there's no sort of balance with it. There's nothing else going on. You're just doing this. You might find yourself, you know, just eating a lot more food or doing things, gambling maybe a bit more, and just getting addicted to things which, you know, really aren't serving you any purpose. And especially with relationships too, you can see those two chained together to the tree with the devil sitting in the middle. It's sort of the image to sort of say, and watch the relationships as well, you know, that they don't become too sort of codependent or just dependent. You need to sort of have other things in your life as well as that one particular relationship, especially younger people too, or older people. Some of us tend to get really kind of almost obsessed on somebody, and it's just what they give us, which is the addiction. But this is just a card to remind us of, you know, just even things out. If you do feel like you're in a trap of, you know, constantly doing something that you know deep down in your soul is really not probably the best, you need to put your foot on the brake a bit. There's your Capricorn to sort of, or the devil to tell you, oh, come on, pull it back a gear. Okay, but good card to have for all of us, because we all can get into those phases in our year or our life where we go, oh my God, I'm going overboard, I need to stop, I've lost the plot. Okay, the lesson. But we have home and family focused here with the Four of Wands, and we're talking about home, so you may be thinking about, I don't know, buying or selling a home or something like that, or the family, or how everything's going with the people that live under your roof kind of thing. But often it does talk about, you know, the home and whether you want a new one, whether you want to sell the existing one, all that kind of energy. But moreover, it's kind of a card too. Four is all about consolidation, so it's about bringing together all the facets and sort of going, okay, where to next? It's like a stage. It's a staging card. And it's a gateway card as well, so it sort of opens the doors for the next level to come in, which may or may not, you know, depending on your decision. It's like you take the gamble, you take the risk, and then off you go on another tangent kind of thing, if you get my drift. So very much centred around that kind of energy. But it's really good because it kind of forces us to keep moving forward no matter what. You know, fear will obviously pull us back, but this is great for you at the moment, near future. And we have the Father card. The good old Father card comes in. So he is Father and the Emperor, and he comes in to say, okay, have you got everything sorted? Have you ticked off your lists? Have you got a strategy? Remember our fathers, when we were learning to drive or something like that, they were always a bit stern and like, you can't do that, you've got to do this, or else, you know, you'll get yourself in trouble. So it's that kind of energy that sort of gets you to where you need to go, but probably very strategic. It's not just like something will just be delivered down from the heavens to you. It's something one must work hard for. As like our fathers often said, well, you're not getting anything for nothing. You've got to work hard to get where you want, and that's the energy of the Emperor. So he's coming in to sort of just remind you that it's a process, and you're not just going to skip the queue and go to the top just because you feel like that's what you're due. You need to put in the effort, obviously. So that one's coming in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 big cards, Libra. Wow. What's happening you're not realising? Oh, we've got the 7 of Swords, so we've got jealousy and deception here. Especially coming after the father. It's almost like this father's saying, just you beware. There are people around you that are jealous and that are deceitful types of people. Obviously family is, unfortunately, people like to think family's all, rainbows and unicorns, but sometimes the biggest deceptions can come from family members. So, yes, you're not aware of that, or maybe one particular Libra girl I know, she will know what that means. There is what you think there is going on, even though you don't want to think it's there. This is proof that it's sort of, there is deception and jealousy around you. Okay. How others see you. Yeah, the end of a very difficult period here. So yeah, obviously, and coming straight after the 7 of Swords, and then we have the Emperor. It's like 10 of Swords sort of indicates the end of a family curse. And I've always called this card the end of the family curse for 30 years. So it's almost like, yes, all those hard times, you've kind of put it to bed. It's almost like that cycle is now over. You've done all you can, so now you can just sort of move it sideways and get on, knowing that you've done all the right things. So says the Emperor. You've made the right decision. The devil there with the addictions and all that kind of thing, I'm sure, plays in well to that, for you to piece together this puzzle that we're trying to solve at the moment. And I often find the tarot reading are a bit of a puzzle. Okay, positive feelings. 8 of Swords, and yes, you know very well your personal power, and you need to keep it to yourself, very much so. So this is in line. Look, we've got swords, 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 all in a line, and swords there. So very much about keeping that personal power, no matter who that person is or those peoples. Usually it's one person that leads the charge, is trying to take it. That's what they're trying to do, just wrestle it off you in a way, because that's coming from them. So your job is just to sort of say, no, I'm keeping it. And the answer, no, is the only thing you need to say when that occurs, Libra. Wow, what a reading. The outcome. And then the Tower comes down, so wow, there is a big split coming up here. There's a massive change of events coming up with the Tower. This tower is old, it's crumbly, it's on fire, it's been struck by lightning. The people are jumping out of windows, which is indicative of how bad the shape of this structure is, and it is a structure. So whatever that means to you, but this is old and really needs to be pulled down and demolished completely. It can be a divorce, a massive separation of people, or just, something that really the use by date is well and truly done and past. So you need to sort of scrap it and start again. Very powerful way to finish this reading, Libra, but I know the ones I know of you will not understand this very well. So thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe and comment to grow the channel. And I must say, since I've been saying this, it is growing. So thank you.